Murphy's is to Guinness as Miller is to Budweiser. The two Irish beer makers have been locked in an everlasting battle of taste buds since Murphy's inception in 1856. Murphy's Irish Red is one of the newest releases from the company. But how does it hold up against other red ales in the market? Only one way to find out. In 1983, Heineken International bought Murphy's Brewery out of Cork, Ireland. The same year, Heineken decided to create Murphy's Irish Red as a predominantly export beer aimed at increasing profit shares around the world and drawing additional attention to Murphy's Stout. While not a traditional Irish beer, is it worth keeping on hand? Only one way to find out. Hey guys, yeah, we have Murphy's Irish Red Ale here. And we're going to be cracking this open. And when I started this video, I did not realize that this was more of a Heineken buying the company out and deciding to, reach out and start selling additional products through the Murphy's name. I didn't know that, but it makes sense. Especially since you have Guinness and Harp, I guess they wanted Murphy's and Murphy's Irish Red, so you can make black and tan with all Murphy's products. So, alright, let's get into the review. We're going to get into the smell. It has a crisp aroma to it. It has a kind of a golden, delicious apple smell with a little hint of apricot in there. Light on the floral aroma, not hoppy at all. Very, very crisp. Not quite to the point of a cider, but I don't know, a nice crisp smelling beer. So for smell, I'll recommend this smell. I find it's crisp. I think it could be a nice spring beer just smelling it. So, all right, I recommend it for that. Let's get into the smell. Excuse me. Let's get into the taste. You do start to get a little bit of the hoppiness. You get the hoppiness on the back of your mouth. Again, not super strong, but that is kind of the initial flavor that's really lingering with me. It's not, once I got into it, it's not like super crisp now. It does have a little of the, like a mellow apple flavor to it, but not cider at all. Don't think it's a cider. Don't get it if you think it's that, because it's not. It's almost, I mean, it is essentially just a lager, a red lager. It has, you get the grain kind of flavor to it. It's yeah, just the a little bit of hoppiness, a little bit of apple for it to help add with that crisp flavor, the subtle crisp flavor. I'm almost getting like almost like a raisin, like not grape, not bursting like with that, but like a dried raisin flavor almost to it. It's yeah, I got like an interesting texture in my mouth right now too. I don't know if that's because it's a little bitter, a little tart almost. Yeah, it is a little tart at the end of it, but I don't know. For taste, I'm gonna have to give it a half. There's nothing like, ooh, fantastic. It's almost like a combination of a cider and a wheat beer, just about. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's kind of stuck in the middle there. where I'd almost rather be one or the other. But yeah, you know, it's all right. I'll give it a half. So next category is value for price. I think this was, I believe I paid $1.79 for the single. Value for price, it's not bad. You know, if you want an Irish beer for like a St. Patrick's Day celebration, you want something lighter, you can go with something like this. If you wanted a red ale, there's probably others you should get. And since it is made from Heineken, I think it is fair to compare it with a Heineken. I would take this over Heineken, but for the most part, for speaking of value for price, it's fine. It's $1.79. That's not bad for a single. So yeah, I'll recommend it for value for price. And category 4 is drinkability, and that's kind of just, you know, how many of these can I drink in a row. It's I mean, I could drink a couple of these. Once I got after 2, I think at that point, it's not that you couldn't drink more, you just be sick of drinking it. That's kind of how I am with this. I think, you know, I would just kind of get to a point where it's just, all right, I need something else, something with more flavor or something anywhere else on the beer spectrum. It's just not, it's not bland, but it's not like complex or interesting. So because of that, I'm gonna have, you know, the drinkability, I'll give it another half because I could drink a couple, but for the most part, it's kind of nothing that's super great or anything. And it's all right. Category 5 is distinction. How distinct is it from other red ales? It's kind of run of the mill. It is kind of that almost overly produced European beer. It kind of fits in with the Heineken stuff, where it's just mass produced. It's not necessarily. I don't know what the specific ingredients are, but I don't think they're probably not super expensive. It's more designed to meet the masses. I mean, that's honest. That's after all, that's why Heineken made this, is for an international export, and you're only doing that to try to reach a lot of people. And I feel like because of that, it kind of suffers a little bit. So distinction, it's not really there. So I'm not going to recommend it on distinction. And finally, would I buy it again? You know, I'm fine with the occasional red ale. I think it's if you get a good one, it's nice. This one, although not bad, it tastes mass produced. It tastes like, you know, yeah, we gotta make a lot of them. We gotta sell a lot. You know, throw a little bit of flavor in there, but just do it as cheaply as you can. So I'm not gonna buy it again. There's plenty of other red ales I'd rather get. And so yeah. Total, this is a 3 out of 6 beer. It is what it is, basically. So, which is a terrible disservice for the actual Murphy's Stout, which I believe is fantastic. But yeah, I have a link down below to the Murphy's Stout review if you want to check it out. And also, you know, so that's my review here. If you like the review, if you'd like to check out more, please subscribe, like the video. You know, we're doing more all the time. If you've had this before and you have a different opinion, or you just want to start up a conversation about it, write it down in the comments. You know, I'll always respond to your comments, so let me know. And check out our podcast at 2 Dudes in a Six Pack. We cover beers, pop culture, all stuff like that. And subscribe to that too. So for now, I'm Grayson, and for Chris, I'll see you later.